I love FMV adventure games and I can't get enough of them, which is why I picked up Nightbook in the Halloween sale on PlayStation 4. I'm not a fan of horror games, which is why I held off on getting this at launch, because in general I've bought all of the Wales Interactive games that they do for FMV adventures on launch because I love them so much. They did the Bunker, Late Shift, probably my favourite one of theirs so far. 5 Dates, really enjoyed that too. And the Complex I found actually really interesting too. This is the first game from them where I've got more of a lukewarm reception though. And I want to try and explain why, because it's still an okay game. It just didn't quite hit as well as all of those other games that I've mentioned beforehand. Now, this was filmed entirely remotely during the first pandemic lockdown in the UK. Maybe that had something to do with the fact that this game is a little clunky in the way how it moves through different narrative beats. You play as Laura Lynn, who works as a translator, interpreting video calls over Zoom, essentially, translating from English to French and back again. So during these calls, depending on which ones you take, you'll always end up encountering this ancient book from a civilization that you're going to read out, and it summons a demon into your home. Now, you're pregnant, so you're already kind of thinking, but my baby. You've got a mentally ill father who gets possessed by this demon and is going absolutely nuts in another room. Again, entirely filmed during the pandemic. Everyone's in separate rooms. So the jump scares here are him like banging on the walls and screaming off screen. Which kind of means that even me as a scaredy cat was able to survive this one quite happily and just laugh. Your husband is working away remotely, so he's not about, so you're very much isolated and on your own. And your work colleague is at the office, so again, not with you there. So what you're trying to do is then finding ways to lift the curse from the demon that you've just summoned so that you can basically get your dad back. Or is the demon going to start possessing everyone else and cause all kinds of carnage for you, especially when they start demanding a bit of a sacrifice? So with all of that set up, each playthrough can take about an hour for you to get through the game, and it's a bit lopsided in the way how things come together. There's 15 different ending variations, 220 scenes, and there is a skip function once you've played through something the first time so that you don't have to sit through the full scenes every time. Although I found that the way how the scenes are cut up means that actually sometimes you will have to sit through some stuff repeatedly over and over and over again. But it's not horrific. It's just it's been better done in, say, 5 Dates. The way how those scenes were chopped up were really small and bitty, so it meant that you could skip forward everything that you'd seen beforehand, whereas you couldn't with this. But my main kind of criticism with this was that there is real exposition dumps at really odd points, and there's kind of lots of, oh, this is a little bit creepy, oh, my dad's a little bit mentally ill for the first half of the game, and then you go from that to he's suddenly possessed and the world is about to end in about 6 minutes. And during that time, you've discovered that there's a curse. It's heavily glossed over where it's come from. There's a couple of throwaway lines about how you might be able to lift it. And it's so kind of bumbled in the way how this escalates that it made me feel like I didn't kind of go along with the journey. And it wasn't managed very well. There's no ratcheting of tension or anything like that. It's just all a bit like 0 to 100 with nothing in between. And for that and that kind of main reason alone, I don't think Nightbook clicked with me nearly as well as all of the other games that Wales Interactive have put out so far that I've played. The only one I've not played from them so far is Made of Skier and I Saw Black Clouds. I've bought that one, but I've not actually played it yet. So, yeah, this one's a tentative recommendation. I think if you like FMV adventures, you might as well just go all in and grab the set. They're often all put together as a package for discounted value. But yeah, this one wasn't my favourite, I must admit, and is probably the weakest one that Wales Interactive have put out so far. Written reviews over on highplayinggames.com. I like the acting. I like the idea. I didn't like the way how the story was executed. Take care all. Bye for now. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.